Cancel.
Schweezy.
All right, next one we got here is from Premier Christian News. More evangelical shit for you. Hillsong founder Brian Houston says X account was hacked after ladies and girls kissing post. On Friday at 4:02 a.m. GMT, I think that's a time zone, Houston reposted a statement posted on X by one of his assistants, which told people to ignore any posts from him that seem unusual. The statement read, "Hello, everyone. Thank you for your concern. P.S. Pastor P.S. I think that's Pastor Brian's assistant here. Rest assured, we are working on discovering how Pastor Brian was hacked. Our team has ascertained that someone has logged into his account from a location in the USA. We've changed his password, so here's hoping they no longer have access. Please disregard anything that seems out of the normal for your safety. Remember, Pastor Brian does not contact anyone privately. Thank you." Houston, who resigned from Hillsong in 2021, has in his past been accused of inappropriate behavior towards two women, which the church apologized for in 2002. In the first instance, Houston was accused of sending inappropriate text messages, which led to the woman who received them resigning. The second incident saw Houston enter the hotel room of a woman during the church's annual conference in 2019, but Hillsong's investigation was not able to confirm exactly what happened. Meanwhile, last April, Houston was fined and sentenced to 3 years probation for driving under the influence of alcohol while in the U.S. In August 2023, Houston was acquitted for failing not to report historical abuse allegations against his father. An Australian court ruled that he had reasonable excuse under the law not to disclose the information. Last December, Houston announced he will be starting a new online ministry and church. So, he's not gone, guys. Brian, if you know anything about Hillsong, Brian Houston is the worst person alive. He's only less worse than Mike Bickle, only because his sexual abuse at the moment is only 2. I feel like if you're another woman who Brian Houston has been weird with, feel free to speak up. You can contact Cancel Schweezy if we need to. We can hide your ID, but we might have like a blacked out video or some shit like that, or whatever. I'd be more than happy to talk to you, get some information, let you do your shit. But yeah, so Brian Houston is pretty big of a hypocrite. He was in charge of removing Carl Lentz from his job, where he was like moral failings. I think was what he said. And yeah, I feel like your big celebrity pastor, being caught cheating on his wife isn't always good, especially when he has 2 kids too. It is not good. But if you watch the Hillsong documentary on, I think the Hulu one, there's one on like Discovery. It's probably on HBO now. That talked more about what Carl Lentz did and give you a little tease of what Brian Houston is up to, and then the Hulu one talks more about Brian Houston, and Carl Lentz was on there, and he spilled some tea. And I generally think like he's working like a marketing job now. I feel like he's generally trying to do better. I mean, at least it seems like it. So like good for him at least for the most part. Like he's trying to do better with his wife and kids. At least like we probably don't agree on a lot of things, but at the same time, I'm glad he's like realized he did something wrong and is trying to do better. I wish, if more Christians were like that, for the most part, I think you guys wouldn't get so much shit, just saying. But Brian Houston, I feel like, doesn't have any redeeming qualities to him, like Carl Dick V. Lentz. He's known to be very abusive, like yelling at people. Like if you listen to his voice, like his voice sounds weird, and I'm making a guess from my knowledge on singing that he screams so much that he's damaged his vocal cords, and that's why he talks like that, and that's why his voice is kind of insufferable. How he's a pastor, which is basically TED Talks about Jesus, I don't know, but that's the thing. So, like, Brian Houston has a history of being bad, and, like, he's definitely the biggest hypocrite out of all of them, because he's worse than, because he acted like Carl Lentz was, like, the worst thing that ever happened to Hillsong, and, like, you're the worst thing. Actually, your dad's probably his dad's, like, a huge ass pedophile, abused tons of boys and shit like that. And yeah, he covered it up. He knew about it. He covered it up, which I don't know. It's like, also that one's a little weird because I'm like, you shouldn't expect a son to rat out their dad. It's hard to do. And I don't know. It feels like there's like there's a little bit of questioning you have to do there if that's really, if that's the problem. But let's get into the main part of this. So he tweeted, so just the most boomer shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, dude. just instead of going to the hub or like an actual website or even a Google search, Brian Houston, he went to Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter. I'm not gonna fucking call it that. He went there, went to like post, like the post. He clicked on the post button, and then he typed in, the fuck did he? He was like girls kissing or some shit like that. What was it? What? Tell me. What did he write? What did he write? What did he write? Why am I not missing? Why am I missing? This girl. He's like girls and ladies and girls kissing. It was the title. What am I looking at? Ladies and girls kissing into the Twitter post thing. Like how like I'm assuming he was probably like he has a history of drinking, so I'm assuming he was drinking and wanted to jack off, which I don't like. I don't like it. Drunk sex is overrated, guys. I mean, for girls it's different. But guys, I'm like, now I have to like worry about getting it up and shit like that, and I'm like dizzy and shit, it was crazy. But I'm like, also I'm questioning the content of porn he's looking at. One, I guarantee he's said a lot of shit about gay people. So the fact he's looking at lady porn is a bit alarming. And also, like, I always, like, kids look at lesbians first. Like, I don't know, dude, I don't like lesbian porn. It's just like, it's like scissoring, and I don't even know if scissoring's a real thing, I guess it is, but, ask a lesbian how they have sex, and they're not going to tell you. I don't know. That's like the secret society I'm interested in, lesbians. It's just like that's what like kids look up because they're like, I don't want to look at a dick, and then eventually you get over it, and then you don't mind it because then you pretend it's you. That's how porn works. You pretend the guy is you. You're not looking at it for the guy. Like, I like looking at that big dick. No, I'm looking at because I'm pretending it's me. She's like, are you looking at lesbian porn? Dude, how are you 12, dude? This isn't your first time jacking off. I can tell from at least two people know. And then I have to assume Bobby, your wife Bobby, she knows about this shit too. So just more proof that you should get out of Christianity. You can still believe what some say that they believe. I'm just telling you, get out of churches. Don't listen to pastors and shit like that. Just start making up your own mind on shit. Don't be listening to some sexual predator's opinions and on Jesus. That's not the guy I want to learn this shit from. Pastors and their narcissism. You can't live with them. You want to live without them. Thank you for watching this clip.